Morning to everyone present here. So today we are again back with another sessions to enlighten us about social and emotional learning and some other key components that we need to become better humans. My name is Rahi and I'm a psychologist. I am currently working as a research analyst and senior content creator with ASCC.
Hello everyone. My name is Amna Ansari. I'm also a psychologist and currently I'm also working at ASCC as the senior research analyst and content creator. Today with us we have Ms Girija Gopinath. She's a highly organized, self-motivated and conscientious senior leader. She enjoys challenges and introducing new initiatives and strategies in process improvement, thus raising the bar in value chain. Committed to self-development and inner work, she believes in having a positive impact in self and others. Her experience in education management began in 2014 July at Kangaroo Kids as head of franchise business operations, where she managed a chain of preschools and K-12 schools. During this period, she also pursued her passion for transactional analysis, yoga, meditation, and now mindfulness. Ms Girija is presently on an assignment with Apposite Group managing ECS operations, where she set up 670 Balwari for MCGM and is now on a project of setting up 100 smart creches for Karnataka government. A very good morning, Ms Girija.
Thank you, Amna, and thank you, Snowy. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, a very, very warm welcome, Ms Girija. So, we just, to begin with, like we were having a conversation the other day in continuation to that, in achievement and motivation that kids have, what role do you think our emotions have to play with that, in that basically?
So Snowy, developing emotional literacy and skills that support is very important for a child's overall success in life. Obviously, all of us want our children to do well, and it is important to empower our children with tools that will help them to thrive. So one of the most important thing is emotional literacy. If we want to understand what it entails attention and self-awareness, self-compassion, and self-regulation. So children with emotional literacy develops the ability to recognize and identify emotions, connect emotions to a larger context, including one's own needs, the ability to discernment with regards to the effects of emotions, and finally to navigate emotions successfully. Ultimately, emotional literacy allows children to refrain from reactive and impulsive behavior that could not only harm themselves, but also others. So while having calmness of mind is necessary to make sound decisions, it is very, very important in one's best long-term interest, which is very, very crucial for our children to flourish in life. So yes, to answer your question, emotional literacy is absolutely critical for a child's success.
Right. So since we're talking about emotional literacy and emotional regulation, we would want to know if a child was better at regulating their emotions, will they be better at academics and learning other life skills as well?
So then, let's first understand what self-regulation is. There are three components involved in self-regulation. One is balancing one's body. So what's going on in your body? And one's cognitive and impulsive control. And how do we navigate, emotions? Ultimately, the goal is to help children navigate successfully through their big emotions, make balanced decisions in life, such that they do not cause undue problems for self and others. Hence, it is important to empower children to make emotion their allies rather than an obstacle to what they want to achieve in life. If they want to work on cognitive and impulsive control, it is very, very important to manage oneself. So while cognitive and emotional impulse control is not very easy. The good news is that it's a learned skill. Enduring capabilities can be developed in each one of us and our children through practicing how to calm the mind. I would strongly suggest it's important to teach our children to learn to breathe and take 2-minute pause and act with restraint when they are going through their big emotions. When one learns to use breathing as an anchor when faced with big emotions and difficult situations, it helps to support in cultivation of attention and reflective practices. So yes, it does help in a big way. And yeah, attention and focus is something that is extremely important for children to be successful and for their academic pursuits as well.
Mm-hmm. That was a very insightful answer, I'd say. That we don't, as adults, as parents, we sometimes don't think that breathing exercises or just being in the present or learning how to regulate our emotions can have a long lasting effect. So according to your experiences in the field, what are the ways in which mindfulness can help children in these uncertain times? Since breathing exercise is a very basic methodology that people know about mindfulness. So what other ways are there, and what else does it include?
Yeah, so the world that we are living in today, especially with the COVID times, we are all going through very challenging times. And in times like this, mindfulness actually stands up as an app skill to have in one's toolkit. Children are cooped up in the house. There is so much of anxiety about the future. They are unable to have a normal life that they used to. It's almost as if COVID life, with COVID, life has come to a standstill. However, we must, at the back of the mind, we should realize that life can always come to a standstill, even without COVID. When we go through personal grief, professional disruptions, these are times when, we don't know how to move on. It does take us a little time. Here is where, mindfulness in the toolkit really, really helps us. Mindfulness means, paying attention to what's happening in the present moment, in mind, body, external environment. And it is said that with an attitude of kindness and curiosity. So research proves some of, good benefits of mindfulness. They say that people who are mindful are connected and happy. We boost our resilience and we improve our immunity. We model compassion and kindness, when we are so mindful. Also, we strengthen cognitive health, our attention and sharper focus. We cultivate awareness and balance. We are also able to manage stress, anxiety, and all this leads to higher performance. Now, your question was that, breathing is a very basic skill. It is so basic that people forget that, we can, there is an appropriate way of breathing. Yeah. Besides this, besides the skill, how does mindfulness help? So very, very simple things, to activate mindfulness in our daily life. We have to do one thing at a time, because today is a life where we believe multitasking is the way. But multitasking is a myth. And so, if we can just teach our children to be at one place at one time and do one thing, they will be able to concentrate far better. There will be a qualitative output. They'll be able to have better relationships with others. Like simple thing, like, I'm sitting and having a conversation with you. I should be able to focus, mind, body, spirit. I should be with you. Yeah. So that is mindfulness. When a child is having food, today world is about technology. So, very often you will see that on dinner tables, we will find either a gadget in the form of a TV or a mobile. Can family do away with it? Have a quiet time, with children? Can we have a family time with our kids? So these are all things that we can inculcate in our children in very easy ways. So while breathing is, yes, a very important part, these are also day-to-day activities that we can make children, inculcate in children mindfulness. Gratitude journal, writing, thinking about good things that happened towards the end of the day. Maybe we can give our children some plants to take care of, and see how the plants grow. That gives a children a sense of wonder, and loving and caring. So yeah, these are very simple ways in which we can teach our children to be mindful.
That was a very, those tips and tricks, I think this is very important for especially today's world, because gadgets is everything. So I think parents can learn a lot from that answer. So while we're talking about mindfulness and emotional regulation, we'll talk a bit about social and emotional learning. So as you're working with Balwaris, what do you think can be the impact of social and emotional learning on the children of that socioeconomic class?
So the kind of children who come to Balwadi are way different from the kids we grew up with, right? Or our children, obviously because of the social standing. So here, yes, social emotional learning can impact a child in a huge manner, especially because we did some research and we found out that in the social domain is where these Balwadi kids lack, and that is where we're trying to do our contribution to them.
Okay, right. So this was a very interesting session, and we are very grateful that you took out the time to be here with us, and we are really looking forward to hearing more of such wonderful researches and interesting ideas that can be applied in practicality when it comes to dealing with kids and helping them become better versions of themselves. So as adults, they can just function in a very holistic manner.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for taking out the time today, Ms. Girija, and it was absolutely wonderful having you here.
Thank you, Snowy. Thank you, Amna. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I appreciate it.